never forget the day. I was actually working in D.C. I had an internship. I was doing a post-degree, post-law school. I was scared, so I figured there might be a backlash. So I, basically just went into my car and drove north to New Jersey, where I'm from. And about an hour outside of D.C., my cell phone was working again, and my mom called, and she said, "Take off your turban. Do you have a bandana in the car? Why don't you wear the bandana?" And I refused, but it was probably one of the worst moments of my life for my own mother to ask me to take off my turban, because for us, taking off your turban is like taking off your head.
A few times where I probably went to a new school, middle school, and certain kids would be like, they would say, "Oh, you're Muslim," or this or that, or they would refer to 9/11 attacks and stuff like that, or say my uncle's Osama bin Laden or whatever.
Even with my dad, sometimes we'd hear like remarks like Osama bin Laden's family, like you're Osama bin Laden's daughter, like things like that.
Right after 9/11, September 11th, about September 15th, I think, a man was killed, Balbir Singh Sodhi.
Mr. Sodhi was an immigrant to this country. He was, after driving a cab initially, he was saved up money and bought a gas station in a place called Mesa, Arizona. On the day of Saturday, September 15th, 2001, after 9/11, he was at his gas station, and a man named Frank Roque came to the gas station and shot and killed him.
"99% of people wearing a turban in the United States are Sikhs. If you look at the media, 99% of the people wearing turbans in the media or portrayed in the media are not Sikhs. So that's a huge, huge discrepancy.
I don't think we have been portrayed in mainstream media after 9/11. What has been portrayed post 9/11 are lots of folks with turbans and beards. And those people with turbans and beards are terrorists doing very bad things. And so the portrayal, as it affects the Sikh community, notice I'm saying affects the Sikh community, not that we've been portrayed, but portrayal as it affects the Sikh community has been of terrorists who are not Sikhs. Does the general public know that? Of course not.
People have no idea who Sikhs are. I mean, sometimes there have been a lot of hate crimes, and even just anti-Islamic rhetoric itself has created a lot of backlash against Sikhs, because Sikhs believe in equality of all.
Sikh Coalition is a baby of 9/11. We were born on the day of 9/11. Our mission is pretty clear and direct. It's to combat deprivations of rights and liberties as they affect the Sikh community. We have quite an active YouTube page, which in part includes educational material. In fact, when we first opened our YouTube page, at some point we were a top 50 YouTube nonprofit channel. So that sort of platform, which is cost effective and reaches a broad demographic, was really helpful. We have a fairly active Facebook page. I think we have like 3,000, 4,000 fans, something like that, which again we'll use to spread awareness. But basically, with a community like ours that is misunderstood and resourced and severely under-resourced, we don't have big, budgets to run massive media campaigns and the like. We're dependent on social media as a cost-effective way to reach folks.
Well, today is the Sikh Day Parade. It's an annual parade that we have here in Manhattan to promote basically our culture, our religion, and celebrate the rebirth of our religion. It's a holiday that we celebrate called Vaisakhi.
You'll see a lot of activity in the Sikh Day Parade, particularly post 9/11, where people are handing out pamphlets explaining who Sikhs are and the like as a means of addressing the ignorance piece. With regard to Osama bin Laden's death, I think the immediate concern was that the images of a turban and beard being flashed on TV could lead to more bias, or the people celebrating might have seen a Sikh and say, "Hey, we got your guy," that sort of thing. The longer-term effect of bin Laden's death, I don't think it has much of an effect. The government has said very clearly that bin Laden is dead, terrorism will continue. And as long as terrorism will continue, there's an enemy. The enemy apparently looks like me.